Hey everybody, it's Jeff from New York, and if you've ever watched this channel before, and I hope you have, you know that the Hard Rock in Atlantic City is one of my favorite hotels and casinos anywhere. I've stayed here more times than I can count, and over the years I've had the opportunity to stay at quite a few different rooms and suites throughout the property. One of the questions I get asked all the time is, Jeff, which room should I stay at the Hard Rock? Which tower, north or south? Well, today we're going to answer those questions. In this video, I'm going to show you several rooms and suites that I've personally stayed here at the Hard Rock in Atlantic City. We'll start with some of the more basic accommodations and work our way up to some of the most impressive suites on the property. These are rooms I've actually stayed in. I've slept in them, worked in them, filmed them, and spent plenty of time enjoying the views. Along the way, I'll share some tips and things that I like, some things that I don't, and hopefully help you decide which room might be right for you on your next trip to Atlantic City. We'll also take a quick look at the indoor pool, because that's another feature people ask me about quite often. Now, I should mention that, of course, everyone has different priorities. Some people want the shortest walk to the casino, some want the best views, some want the biggest bathroom, and some want enough room to host family and friends. So there really isn't one perfect answer, but by the end of this video, you'll have a much better idea of which room fits your style and budget. Now, let's get started with the room that ranks at the bottom of my list, the South Tower Classic room. Now, before anyone gets upset, being at the bottom of my list doesn't mean it's a bad room, not at all. Hard Rock Atlantic City really doesn't have a bad room in my opinion. The South Tower Classic room is a very nice room and for many guests is going to be perfectly fine. One of the biggest advantages of the South Tower is its location. If you're somebody who plans on spending most of your time in the casino, this tower is definitely convenient. You're closer to the gaming floor, closer to many of the restaurants, and closer to the action. So if convenience is your number one priority, the South Tower has the advantage. The room itself is comfortable and functional, and the thing that I do like is the sofa. That's something you won't find in many of the standard North Tower rooms. It's nice having a little place to sit other than the bed. If you're ordering takeout, having a drink, or just relaxing after a long day on the boardwalk, the sofa's a nice touch. But there are a few reasons why this room sits at the bottom of my personal rankings. The first is the view situation. The South Tower doesn't have those beautiful floor-to-ceiling windows that you'll find in the North Tower. And once you've stayed in the North Tower room, it's hard to go back. The second issue is the elevators, and if you've stayed here before, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. The South Tower is a little bit older than the North Tower, and the elevators can be slow. Very slow. Especially during busy weekends, and here's a little tip from me, that's to avoid lower floor South Tower rooms. You might think a lower floor would make elevator access easier, but what happens during busy checkout time is the elevators fill up on the upper floors, and then by the time they reach your floor, they're already packed. You end up standing there waiting and waiting while elevator after elevator passes by. Trust me, I've been there. It's not the end of the world, but it can definitely test your patience. I've actually seen people tote their luggage down the stairs because they just got tired of waiting for an empty elevator, or at least an elevator that had room for them. By the way, that's the North Tower directly across from us. So while the South Tower room is perfectly nice, it's not my favorite place to stay on the property, which brings us to the room that starts moving us up the rankings. Hey, a couple shout outs before we continue. One to Jay Bart, who continues to support the New York channel. Thanks for the super thanks, Joel. I really do appreciate it. Also a shout out to the New York channel's newest members, Michael Litterer, as well as Marco Sivieri. Membership, of course, has its perks, including exclusive videos like the Morning Coffee with Jeff videos, and the new ones, the Vault videos, of videos that have never been uploaded to the channel. The members get to see them. I'll leave a link in the upper right-hand corner right here in case you'd like to join and support the channel. Thanks so much for your support, guys. Finally, a special shout out to Gia Falcon, whose mom Jill said she's a big fan of the channel. Thanks so much, Gia. I hope you enjoy your birthday in Atlantic City. Alright, let's head over to the North Tower for a moment. Now we're talking. This is generally my preferred standard room at the Hard Rock, this and the North Tower corner room, which we'll see in a moment. The North Tower is slightly further from the casino, not far, just a short walk. We're not talking a marathon here, but it's just a little bit further away, and for me, that's a trade I'm willing to make every single time. And the reason? Those windows. The floor-to-ceiling windows in the North Tower are absolutely fantastic. Whether you're facing the city or the ocean, these rooms provide some of the best views you'll find in Atlantic City. There's something special about waking up and seeing the entire city stretched out beneath you, or watching the sunrise over the Atlantic Ocean. The views alone make this room worth considering. And while there's no sofa like there is in the South Tower, the North Towers have a nice, comfortable lounge with an ottoman. Very comfortable for one or two if you're in the mood. As far as the bathroom, while there's no tub like the South Tower, the North Tower offers a nice walk-in shower, double vanity unlike the South Tower, as well as a private toilet. I think the North Tower rooms just feel a little bit more modern, and well, that makes sense since the building's newer. The design feels slightly fresher, slightly cleaner, and just a little bit more upscale. It's not a massive difference, but it's enough to notice every time I stay here. If someone asked me for the safest recommendation at Hard Rock, this would probably be it. Good views, a comfortable room, modern feel, large bathroom, and usually a great value. But if you know one little trick, you can do even better, which brings us to my favorite standard room in the entire hotel. Welcome to the North Tower corner room. This is one of the best kept secrets at the Hard Rock Atlantic City. Many times you can request a corner room without paying extra. Now obviously availability varies and nothing is guaranteed, but it's always worth asking. These rooms have a unique shape, and some people find it a little odd because of their location. They're a little unusual compared to a standard room, but what makes them special are the views. And there's the South Tower right across the way. You get sweeping panoramic views through those massive floor-to-ceiling windows. The city, the boardwalk, the ocean, it's all right there. Every time I stay in one of these corner rooms, I find myself spending just a little extra time looking out these windows. That's how good the views are. This is also my favorite standard room bathroom with double vanities, a private toilet, and a massive walk-in shower. For me, this is the best standard room at the Hard Rock. Now, my rooms and suites are usually comped, but if I can get a North Tower corner room, I'm just a happy guy. But of course, sometimes we want something bigger than a standard room, and that's where the suites come into play. Let's move on to the Fillmore Suite. The Fillmore Suites are in the South Tower, and they're located right next to the Apollo Suites, which we'll get to later in this video. The Fillmore Suite is what I consider the perfect entry-level suite here at the Hard Rock. It's not enormous, it's not over the top, but it feels dramatically larger than a standard room. The biggest advantage is having separate spaces. You have a bedroom, you have a living area, you have a dining space, you have multiple televisions, and that separation makes a huge difference. If one person wants to sleep while the other one wants to watch television, well, that's easy, and if you're staying for multiple nights, the suite simply feels more comfortable. The extra space helps. The Fillmore Suite strikes a nice balance between luxury and practicality. It's a definite upgrade without being excessive. I have to hand it to the Hard Rock. Out of all the hotels and casinos anywhere, they've been the nicest to me, and they've been the most generous as well, as far as comped rooms and things, and every once in a while they'll throw me a suite. Doesn't matter what kind of suite it is, I really do appreciate any room here, but when they throw me a suite, I really do appreciate it. I can't wait until they open up that property in Las Vegas. I want to be one of the first ones to bring that video to you guys. And well, hopefully Hard Rock won't make that too difficult for me. Like I said, I can't wait, and it's going to happen next year, hopefully. Seeing as I was gifted a lower floor suite here at the South Tower here at the Hard Rock in Atlantic City, I'm not sure what the actual bathrooms at the Fillmore Suites look like. This obviously is a handicap accessible one. And as we continue to move on up, if entertaining is your goal, we need to step things up to another level, so we're going to head over to the North Tower and check out the Celebrity Suite. By the way, these toiletries and others are provided by Hard Rock. Alright guys, enter the Celebrity Suite here in the North Tower. The Celebrity Suite is where things start getting really impressive. This suite was clearly designed with entertaining in mind. You have 2 bathrooms, a separate bedroom, a wet bar, plenty of room to spread out, and a layout that works beautifully for hosting friends and family. By the way, just as a reminder, if you'd like to see any of these rooms or suites in detail, all their individual videos are available here on the New York channel. This video is a summary of all those videos just to help you out if you plan on visiting the Hard Rock here in Atlantic City. But if you see a room or suite that you'd like to know more about in this video, check out the full videos on the channel. This, of course, is the guest powder room. No shower or tub, hence the name Powder Room. This is the first and only image of a drum I've ever seen in a suite or hotel room here at the Hard Rock. It's a snare drum, drums being, of course, close to my heart. Let's check out the Celebrity bedroom and bathroom. This bedroom alone is larger than most standard rooms here at the Hard Rock. If you're celebrating a birthday, anniversary, bachelor party, or just want a little extra luxury, the Celebrity Suite is a fantastic option. I've always enjoyed staying here because it feels like a true suite experience, not just a larger room, but a genuine suite. The extra bathroom alone can be a game changer. Anyone who's ever shared a hotel room with multiple people know exactly what I'm talking about. With a bathroom like this, who needs the hotel spa? I mean, you have a nice soaking tub for a nice warm bubble bath followed by a nice hot shower. You can really pamper yourself here. But even the Celebrity Suite isn't my favorite. For that honor, we move to the top of the list, at least my list. Before we head off to my favorite suite, or at least the one that Hard Rock's comped me for, let me show you around the pool a little bit. It's pretty much the Hard Rock's Achilles heel. Not the best feature of the Hard Rock. It's an indoor pool, smells like chlorine a lot, and well, hopefully someday they'll re-examine their pool situation here and maybe have a nice outdoor pool as well as this indoor pool, and maybe work on the ventilation system as well. Sorry, Hard Rock, just keeping it real. So here's the thing, when you're given the key to a hotel room and you have to walk all the way down to the end of the hall, I mean the very end of the hall, that's a good thing, not a bad thing. And well, if your room has double doors, well, you're on someone's good list. Ladies and gentlemen and fellow New Yorkers, I give you the Apollo Suite here at the Hard Rock in Atlantic City. Yep, the Apollo Suite, this is it, my favorite place to stay at the Hard Rock here in Atlantic City. If I had my choice every single visit, this would be the room that I'd pick. Unfortunately, I don't have a choice. That's the North Tower across the way. Behind the North Tower, the Showboat. The Apollo Suites are corner suites and they're absolutely massive. The first thing you'll notice is the amount of space. There is room everywhere. The layout is open, comfortable, luxurious, and incredibly functional. The views are spectacular. Because it's a corner suite, you're getting multiple angles and some truly breathtaking scenery. Day or night, there's always something to look at. Everything about the Apollo Suite feels elevated. This is the kind of suite where you walk in and immediately say to yourself, okay, this is special. One interesting feature is the balcony. Technically, the suite has a corner balcony. Unfortunately, the doors are now bolted shut. My guess is liability concerns, and honestly, that's probably the correct decision from a safety standpoint. Still, it's nice knowing the balcony is there, even if you can't access it. The views remain fantastic regardless. Let's check out the bedroom as well as the master bathroom. Not only is the bedroom huge, but it's got a great working space and one of the best views I've seen in Atlantic City, and believe it or not, it's right here at a working space in the bedroom. Let's take a peek at some of the bedroom's features as well as that master bathroom, which is one of the best in town. Like the Celebrity Suite bathroom over at the North Tower, the Apollo Suite bathroom here in the South Tower is simply massive, with double vanities, a separate soaking tub, a nice sized walk-in shower, and of course, a separate toilet area. For me, the Apollo Suite represents the best overall room experience here at the Hard Rock in Atlantic City. And so there you have it, my personal rankings of some of the rooms and suites I've stayed at here at the Hard Rock in Atlantic City. The South Tower Classic Room, the North Tower Classic Room, the North Tower Corner Room, the Fillmore Suite, the Celebrity Suite, and my personal favorite, the Apollo Suite. Of course, your ranking might be completely different. Maybe you prefer something closer to the casino. Maybe you love the South Tower. Maybe you've stayed in a suite I haven't even mentioned here today. That's the great thing about Atlantic City. Everyone has their own favorites, and so I want to hear from you. What's your favorite room or suite here at the Hard Rock in Atlantic City? Have you stayed at any of these? Would you choose one of the suites, or are you perfectly happy with a standard room with a great view at an affordable price? Let me know in the comments below. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. And don't forget, subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and share it on your social media. I really appreciate your support, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around the city.